Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast here with number 355. My name's Coach MT, and I'm here live today with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thanks for the introduction, Coach Mistletoe. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Saturday, October 21st. We are here live. Got a great crowd over on the Telegram. If you're watching this on YouTube at a later time, please make sure to smash the likes, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm. We are here on a very important occasion. We have finalized all of the details for the migration. We are honoring all our commitments to the legacy NFT investors and bringing as many folks as want to come and join us for the long-term investments, for true utility, zero ponzonomics, folks. The ROI DApp had its day, and boy, what a day was it. 6 months, sailing smooth. Folks smiling ear to ear, earning, printing that cash. I mean, it was absolutely wonderful. But we've always been clear through our roadmap. We've been very transparent as to what this team came here to build. It wasn't just an ROI DApp. It just wasn't high yield. Through the roof, nitro, all day, every day, 2%. We came here to build several utilities, several businesses, several unicorns. And Legacy NFT is our way to partner with the investor community. We have fantastic affiliate programs already in place to give these products that are currently already launched our on-ramp, our virtual Visa and MasterCard, no KYC, instant. Load it on your phone, go shopping, purchase online, live your best life. It is that quick. It is that easy. We also have the Terra card. The Terra card has had a great success. It's your physical card. Go to the ATM, take out your cash, purchase online. $150,000 purchase ability that you can have on your account. It is a fantastic product. It is poised to grow. And of course, we have our security products coming first quarter of 2024. Should be January of 2024, first quarter. That's going to set a tone here like nothing we've ever seen before in the space. As far as we can see, there is no competition. The rugs, the Ponzi's, they're having to wake up and show your bags. That's the old way of doing things, folks, and we're moving forward. Solid, true, real-world revenue is what we're here to do. We hope you join us, and if you don't want to join us, you're more than welcome to sell your ArkFi and go live your best life. We've never tied anyone's hands. We've never changed the rules, set sell limits, change it to what so many folks have done before. So many development teams have made investors hostage, not letting them access their funds. We've never done that. We will never do that. So every person, every man, woman, and child can make their decision how they wish to move forward. We're going to bring Brett Nordine on to break it down for us. But before we do that, let me tell you who the Sparky winner was for today, folks. Their wallet ends in 90CB. They won 758.14 ARK. They are a first-time winner. And of course, the MVP, their wallet ends in 47F18. Let's give them a round of applause, folks. Jeez. Let's turn it over to our good dear friend, Mr. Brett Nordine.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Awesome. Did you want me to kind of walk through the document, the token migration plan that we have on the Gitbook? I think that's all out there for everybody. But as a quick update, if you refresh the D app now, you should see a banner with the link that steers you over to the Gitbook page that has all of the information about the token migration. And I know, Mistletoe, you haven't had a chance, but I think you're going to create a banner to disseminate that information on Telegram and Discord as well. So everybody can have the link and go through the details of it. I can just kind of maybe march through some of the highlights because I know there's been a lot of questions. Most of them we've gathered, and I think we've done a pretty good job of answering here on the Gitbook, but obviously we're open in both the Telegram, Discord, and anytime on the podcast to ask questions openly about the plan. But essentially the key date is going to be Monday, October 30th. That's going to be the date that the swap contract no longer works in terms of selling your tokens. So if you plan on exiting and selling your tokens and not moving forward, migrating them to the legacy NFT, then you can do that prior to October 30th. And that's not this Monday, but the following Monday. So you have some time. If you've been redepositing or compounding, you can start to withdraw using a 50-50 strategy or whichever one you'd like, and start stacking tokens and selling them as you go or holding them. And if you're planning on entering the legacy NFT, we're going to be using the legacy savings account contract that we've had live for quite some time, and people successfully using that to not only mint new NFTs, but also upgrade NFTs. But if you're stacking in anticipation of using the LSA, please wait until October 30th. And that Monday, we are going to update the price of the ArkFi token to 10 cents. So it's going to give you an added bonus from the price that we see today. So if you are concerned that you may not be able to stack enough in time and you want to enter the LSA, that's up to you prior to the Monday price change date. But I would encourage everyone that's going into the LSA to hold off and take advantage of that 10-cent price that's going to be live only on the LSA, not on the swap. So if you're going to sell your tokens, you will not receive the 10-cent price. You're going to receive the market price. But then on that magic day of October 30th, we are going to halt the swap. We're going to migrate whatever liquidity is left over to the LSA fund. And then we are going to adjust the price in the liquidity pool so that it equals the 10-cent price. And then when you make a deposit into the LSA with your ArkFi tokens, you will get that value into your LSA towards the legacy NFT. And obviously we've made quite a few adjustments that we're going to make live on the legacy NFT contracts, not immediately, but we are in development of those smart contracts. And the outline I've given here kind of does a pretty good job of summing it up. But basically what we're going to do is provide 3 new less expensive tiers of legacy NFTs. So we're going to have the copper, the tin, and the bronze. That's $100, $250, and $500. So those legacy NFTs are going to be available through the LSA, but you won't get the minted NFT until we do the new legacy NFT contract deployment. So there will be some waiting period for those NFTs. However, if you want to get in line and get your deposit made in the LSA, hit those thresholds depending on which NFT you'd like to get, then you're more than welcome to do so. And then when we make the new legacy NFT contracts live, those less expensive NFTs will be minted and put directly into your wallet automatically. So you won't have to do anything. You'll just need to carry a balance in your LSA, and the rest will be done for you with smart contracts. If you are planning on getting a silver, gold, or platinum, those will mint as they do today through the LSA. Once you hit the $1,000 or $4,000 or $10,000 limit, you will be automatically minted those NFTs. They will end up in your wallet as well as on the Legacy NFT D app page, and you will start earning immediately. So no changes there for current Legacy NFT holders. Everything remains business as usual. So if you have a Legacy NFT now, you'll continue to earn in the same way that you have been. When we do go to the new Legacy NFT contracts that include the copper, tin, and bronze levels, the complete reward protocol will be updated. So we're going to move it to and migrate towards a more, I would say, staking model. And I have some more details in the document here. But the idea is that each NFT will represent a stake. We're also going to incentivize people that purchased the NFTs earlier than later. They'll be getting a little boost to their yield with their NFT. So we're going to create some incentive to drive some FOMO, some incentive to purchase it immediately, or to even dollar cost average into legacy NFTs. So if you have $100 per week to invest, you could buy a copper NFT every week instead of waiting and stacking, and then let's say 10 weeks later bought a silver NFT. So I think some nice enhancements we're going to have going forward to the legacy NFT will make it easier to enter. We're lowering the barrier to people that either have good cash flow but don't have a lot of savings, or people that want to just dip their toe in, get a copper NFT for $100 and then enter the system, see how it all works, and then make an additional investment. As we move forward with the roadmap, obviously we have the crypto banking products in place now. We're going to be expanding that category to include bill pay. We've also talked about some enhancements to the card program that might be coming down the pipe, some additional banking partnerships that will give us some additional features as well as be more profitable. So we're staying tuned to that. But the privacy products are going to be the next major launch. That's in the early Q1 of 2024. And those are going to open an entirely new audience. We're trying to address the 4.7 billion email users that are working with big tech currently, have quote unquote free email, and are not protected with a VPN, do not have a decentralized storage solution, nor a password passkey manager. So we're really going after a very, very large audience that's going to open the legacy NFT opportunity to all those that want to support our cause and mission to give free email to everyone in the world that is decentralized, fully private, and secure through our encryption or zero knowledge encryption, as well as our fully decentralized and zero knowledge based storage platform. So this network is going to be a completely new decentralized solution that people are not familiar with. They're used to working with companies that are like Google and Outlook and even Proton Mail. They use centralized servers. So we are opening the door to people that understand decentralization, how important it is not just from a security standpoint, but then also from a redundancy standpoint, having servers located all over the world, outside war zones, outside of natural disaster areas that can, commonly get earthquakes, that can get tornadoes, whatever it might be, that can take down data centers. If you have your data stored, if you have your email running on servers that are located in data centers that are in these natural disaster areas, or possibly even war-torn countries, you run the risk that your data will be lost, that service will not be available to you anymore, whether that's through interruptions or permanent deletion. So this is a whole new education process that we're walking down. We think there's a lot of early adopters, people in crypto, people that understand privacy, people that want to break free from centralized systems are going to be jumping on board and then being introduced to the legacy NFT. So we're thinking that this is going to be a renewal of the ArkFi platform. It's going to be a renewal of our messaging, of our mission. And I think it's going to be really exciting. And we're going to make all of these changes as quickly as we possibly can, keeping in mind that we're also moving forward with our privacy products. We do have development currently underway. So we're going to try to do everything at once, but there might be some bottlenecks along the way, but we will be always here every day on the podcast, as well as in the Telegram, and available for any questions and communications that you might need. And so that's about it. Let me see what else might be of high interest here for people that are listening to the podcast.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could I ask one, so when will we be able to transfer our ARK tokens between our wallets to kind of bundle them up for the LSA deposit?
Well, you could do that now. You're saying from a tax-free perspective?
Yes, that's right. You'd mentioned yesterday that that you can't guarantee, but certainly would be less than what it would be now to transfer from wallet to wallet.
Yeah, right now we've just said that we're going to do that on October 30th. It's possible we could do it a day early or something like that, depending on how things are going on the swap side of things.
Hey, Brett, if you don't mind, I jumped in maybe after you in the middle of some clarity, but you mentioned a 10 cents per ARK. Is that
Mm-hmm.
going to be the redemption for those doing the LSA to want to get into NFTs from their vaults?
Exactly. Yep, you got it. Yep, on October 30th, we're going to adjust the price to 10 cents, and then you'll be able to deposit at that rate into the LSA.
So if I may slow down a bit for a moment, if suppose myself and others have multiple vaults and, we're allocating as usual, business as usual until it's not, and then we want to continue, roll that into the NFTs. So we would be consolidating our token into one wallet and then wanting to
Mm-hmm.
have that applied towards a NFT. So what would be the timing, the value, and the procedure? Like, is it just through LSA? How would we do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what you would want to do is on that October 30th date, you'd want to consolidate tokens from all of your wallets into, and I'm assuming that you don't have enough in each wallet to mint an NFT. So if
Right.
you consolidate them all into one wallet, then on that same day you would deposit and the price would be 10 cents into the LSA from that one wallet that you put all of your tokens into.
Okay, and is that just that day, or is it after that day onward, or is it a
It's going to be
window?
that day onward until the LSA fund gets to zero. So we're thinking it's going to be probably around 120, 125K, somewhere in there of liquidity in the LSA fund. So that will be at 10 cents. Is that a million? Probably 1,250,000 ARK tokens, which I don't think we have in people's wallets right now. So
Let
the
me.
vault will stay open, and the
Uh-huh.
LSA will stay open
Okay.
until the LSA fund is at zero. So people will still be able to compound and withdraw just as they always have if they're planning on going to the LSA, and then take those tokens and put them in one tranche if you want to consolidate
Uh-huh.
them up, or earn more out and then do the same process over and over again where you're just depositing into that same wallet into the
Okay.
LSA.
Couple key things, because this is a very important transition we're having, and I support that. Actually, I think that's important to put these things behind us to move forward on things that are going to generate yield and real world stuff. As you mentioned, war-torn countries. I like that when I'm hearing saying like we need a decentralized solution. It's definitely going to be a good, strong signal, especially with the changing times and
Oh, yeah.
shaky times. But as far as this goes, first of all, is there going to be a transfer tax or like a temporary removal of that for this purpose, or how are we
Yes.
going to
Yep.
do?
Yeah. Florida Realtor just asked that as well. There's going to
Okay.
be we're going to reduce the transfer tax to zero. I believe if we
Okay.
can, the worst case scenario, it's going to be 2%. I think Alex was going to try to test that. So we obviously have a little bit more than a week to get that settled. But we'll turn that to as low as possible. In best case scenario, it's a zero transfer tax. Worst case scenario, it'll be probably 2%. So
Okay.
then you'll be able to transfer those wallet to wallet at a much cheaper rate with no impact
Right.
to the
Right.
yield that you
Okay.
get.
So 10:30, I have a date. I'm clear on. So we're going to do that. And now, as far as so clearly, we
Come
have
on, Nate. Let
people with.
somebody else ask a question,
I
okay?
have an
Don't take over
important
the whole
question.
thing. Jesus Christ, Nate. I want to ask something, okay? Can you wait till after the thing is over so you can let somebody else talk, Nate? Jeez.
Thank
Brett,
you.
give him
Some
can
of
I
us
ask
agree with that. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
let's give him. Hey guys, let's give him one more question. Go ahead, Nato. Ask one more
Okay.
Oh no,
question, and
it's
then we'll go on
okay.
to the next one.
Let's have big. I defer to him. It's fine. No problem.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. It's amazing. You take over the whole thing. Brett,
Hey,
because I was gone for 2 days. I was at a casino. So I'm just learning all this stuff. Now, I'm going to only ask one question. I'll save my time and let somebody else talk. My only question is about the. Now, Nate's got me so upset I forgot what I was going to ask you. The foundation. Should I stop that and just sell out the bond?
Yes.
Okay, and then just sell the bond, and then is it it's like a two-part question. And the other part, I've gone down to 90% withdrawal, 10% compound. I'm trying to get as many tokens out. I think I have like 1,000 tokens. So I'll be able to buy these new NFTs with these tokens. Now, those two smaller accounts, will I be able to sell those tokens or combine them all into my main account? That's the part I don't understand. I'll let you answer. Thank you. Sorry, Nate, but you need to keep it to one question so everybody can have a chance.
That's actually the transferring he means, right?
Yeah.
Combine them all to one.
To transfer. Yeah. So let's say you have 5 wallets and you have 20 in each wallet, and you'd want to take those 20 that are in the other 4 wallets and put them into a single wallet. So you would take those 20 in each, you would send them to that other main wallet address, consolidate them up, and then wait for Monday, October 30th, when the price is 10 cents, deposit them into the LSA. Let's say you don't have enough to get to the copper NFT. You can always add BUSD to get to that $100 point. Same thing applies if you have $750 worth of ARK tokens that you deposit into the LSA account. You can top it up to get to your silver with $250 in BUSD. So we're going to keep the LSA available so that you can always top up to that level of NFT that you're trying to get to with BUSD, even after the LSA fund is completely depleted to zero. You'll still be able to get to that, depending on which NFT you're trying to get.
Also, Brett, is the Spark eliminated, the Spark program, or is it done?
I'm not sure, Atlas. Are we going to keep running the Spark? I think we can if we want to.
Until it's completely finished. It's all closed out and no more sparking.
Yeah, I think until the LSA is completely empty. As for the bond, by the way, I'd suggest everyone to just sell their bond. I've already blocked it off on the D-app so people don't accidentally buy more bond. If there's an issue and you are unable to sell it, DM me or Atlas your wallet, preferably me, and we'll sort you out manually.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, I'm going to call him right now.
I got a question. I'm still waiting to be able to get mine out of the foundation.
Yeah, I got a question. Is it still going to be one NFT per wallet? You can only have one NFT per wallet, and that's my first question. And my second question is, like, I got a silver NFT, but on top of that, I got another referral level unlocked. So I think I got additional $500 in that LSA that would be going towards like a gold NFT. So let's say if I didn't get to where I wanted to get to the gold, like in the LSA, and now I got that 500 that's left over additional than my silver NFT, would that get turned into one of the other NFTs, or would that, because I already got the silver NFT in that wallet, I can only have that one NFT in that wallet?
Yeah, we're gonna allow you to have multiple NFTs in a wallet, and then your balance, if it was $500, would get turned into a bronze.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
For quick clarification, and if you have money in the LSA, and let's say even after you're flipping your coins over or whatever, and you're trying to save for another NFT, if you can't make it to that level, does the money stay in there? Or I thought I read something, I don't remember what the value was, that there was something about that. Okay, could you just clarify that for me? I'm a little confused.
If it's less than $100 where you can't get an additional mint, then you would be just refunded that money. So let's say you had $70 balance left in there and we can't mint a copper NFT at that level. We would just push the money back to you into your wallet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What rate would that be? Would that be at the 10 cents or the market price?
It's just BUSD value, Mark. So the LSA only holds BUSD. It doesn't hold ARK. So essentially when you deposit your ArkFi tokens at 10 cents, they get sold and replaced with BUSD.
Yeah, at what price? The 10 cents or the market price?
If you wait until Monday, October 30th, it will be 10 cents.
Okay, cheers.
I got a question there, Brett. So every time you deposit money into the LSA, say you start it with $100 or $150, as you keep building, does it automatically mint the smallest minimum NFT as you reach those levels, or will it wait until you get $1,000 in there to mint the silver one?
Yeah, so for now, because we don't have the updated legacy NFT contracts, it's just going to be like a placeholder in the LSA. So it won't mint and send an NFT to your wallet if you have less than $1,000 in value in there. If you do reach the $1,000, it will mint to silver and send that to your wallet, and then you'll be already in the the legacy NFT game, and you'll be able to go to the DApp and see your rewards and all of that stuff. The people that only have the 100, 250, or 500 will have to wait until we update the legacy NFT contracts, and then they will be minted and then sent to their wallet then.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I have a question. If I have $250 in the LSA because it was in there to try to win the Spark rewards, and then I deposit another 100, so now I'm at 350. Would I have two separate NFTs? And then if I deposited another 100, would I have another NFT worth 100? That's 450. And then if I got to 500, would I lose the 100 NFTs and get the 500 NFT in its place? Or would I then have 4 NFTs?
If you were planning on, in that scenario, that would be up to you whether or not you would want to push that all into one wallet. If you got to the 500 level, then you would get the bronze NFT. If you wanted four coppers, for example, for 400, then I would do that in 4 wallets separately for now, simply because we aren't going to necessarily stack those coppers on top of other coppers during this migration period. Also, then if you wanted to wait till after the migration, then you could obviously just purchase those outright with any wallet and have multiple NFTs in a single wallet.
Cool, thank you.
Do we have a rough idea when the new legacy NFT contract's going to be launched?
We do not. We're going to have to discuss that further internally and get back to you guys with a date on that. Obviously, we're going to try to push as fast as we possibly can so we can get, everything out into the public and start pushing that, pushing those new products to everyone and try to raise capital around it. So we have a huge incentive to get going quickly and hopefully get those out. I don't have a rough idea off the top of my head yet as to how much effort it's going to take to get the smart contracts finished and then also do the migration and redeployment of the legacy NFT. So I would say, maybe give us a couple weeks and then we'll have a good idea of when that's going to happen, but sooner than later.
I have one more question there, Brett. Someone mentioned about withdrawing as much as they can out of it to do the stacking. Has the vault changed as far as the compound withdrawal ratio limitations?
No. So if you do go to that level of withdrawal, you're going to have to watch your CWR if you don't want to fall to the 0.5% ROI.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Sorry, Brett. Got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say you have one wallet that have $500 worth of the NFT. Does the profit share? You get the profit share, the 40% based on your investment, or is that based on the utility product?
So the Yeah, there's a couple pieces to that. One, you would get the share of, let's say you have a bronze NFT and it's worth $500. It's based on the percent that you own of the capital pool. So it would be $500 divided by however big the capital pool is. The capital pool's probably around $1 million right now, somewhere in there. So your ownership percentage determines the amount of yield that your NFT is going to pay out. And then what we do is we're going to, going forward, we're going to, when the new legacy NFT contracts are in place, we're going to treat it more like a staking type protocol where once a week we pay out those dividends to people holding the NFTs. You don't have to stake the NFT or do anything funny like that. You just need to hold it in your wallet. But it would be based on the 60% of the profits that the utilities generate in the previous week. So we'll gather all of the profits from the previous week, and we'll push those profits out to the NFT holders based on their percent ownership of the entire capital pool.
Oh, perfect. Got it. Thank you.
Brett, one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were saying about going down to 0.5%. Isn't the vault going to end? So what difference does it make?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you depending on how long you want to continue withdrawing and compounding at the same rate that you are now. But the vault will continue until the LSA fund is completely drained.
Okay.
So do you
have any idea how long that's going to be?
Unfortunately, we don't. So there's there'll probably be 125K or so in the LSA fund on Monday, October 30th. And I'm just guessing on that number based on the current liquidity pool. What we have to move over to the LSA and what's in there now is about 105K or 103 or whatever it is. So that is equivalent to about 1.25 million ArkFi tokens. So there's not that many in people's wallets. Yeah, there's not that many in people's wallets.
Okay, the other question is, so should I stop feeding my LSA and my two smaller accounts? Because I'm going to move them all, combine them all into my large account?
What is your LSA balance in the two smaller accounts?
Well, one's $0 and the other one is $30.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that would be up to you. On the 0 one, obviously, you wouldn't want to contribute everything if you have a limited amount of ArkFi tokens. So you'd want to consolidate those in one of your other two wallets that you have a balance in the LSA to try to top up to the $100 at least.
Okay, when you say you're going to send your ARK tokens, not what's in your wallet, I mean, the wallet, but not what's on the platform itself, right? It's just what's in your wallet. Is that it?
Correct. It's only the ArkFi that are in your wallet that you can use to deposit in the LSA.
Okay, so when the vault goes away, all those tokens that are on there that are in my whatever the value is, or that'll be those, they're gone, right? You can't do anything with those. You can't transfer those.
Right. If they're not in your wallet and you haven't put them in the LSA, when the LSA fund is completely depleted, you won't be able to do anything with the tokens.
Okay, so all right, so I need to get out as many as I can before this thing ends. Okay, now I understand. Okay.
I just want to mention as well as people are making their plans, do keep in mind that when you contribute ArkFi tokens into an LSA, there is no tax on that. So we'll get 10 cents of value per token straight up without any tax. Is that going to continue, Brett? I know. Yes. I recently did a deposit into an LSA, and that's what I got.
That's correct. Yeah, zero tax, and then we're going to limit the transfer tax as low as we possibly can. Hopefully, zero.
When will the limited transfer tax be enabled?
Alex and I need to figure that out, but I'm hoping maybe a day before the October 30th date. That way, people can prepare prior to the price reset. But we'll sort that out. So worst case scenario would be Monday, October 30th, and then we'll try to get that done ahead of time so people that have kind of done their swapping already and are done with the swap contract can then prepare for the LSA.
It also sounds to me like, and there was the earlier question about, well, what if I have 250 and then I add another 100 and then I add another 100? Am I going to get, one $250 NFT and $200 NFTs? I would say, based on what you said, Brett, about how the profits are distributed, it would kind of be 6 one, half dozen the other. In other words, if I have one NFT, one of the $500 NFTs or 5 of the $100 NFTs, I'm going to get the same profit share.
That's correct. Yep. If you have 1 silver or 10 silvers or 1 platinum, you get the same result.
And then should we just consolidate? I assume then we should just consolidate as much value as we can into a single LSA and let the cards or the NFTs fall where they may, right? Like try to get up to a round $100 number. If you've got like $189 in there, then you're going to want to put in that extra 11 to get yourself to $100 NFTs, right?
Yep. Yeah, and in that case, it might make sense to not get the 200s and go for the 250 or whatever, and you could top up with BUSD at the end if you didn't quite reach it,
That's a good point. Yeah, it's much
before. Brandon, you want to take in consideration too that they're going to be rewarding those that are holding NFTs and buying at the get-go. So you got to look at this and as far as if you buy 100 now, then you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to buy a 250 one, that boost you're going to be getting. So you got to kind of factor that in as well. So it might be better to go ahead and get one now than wait and save enough to get one later on down the road.
Well, yeah, I mean, as much money as you can afford to invest, as soon as you can afford to invest it, you're going to be better off, right? I was just talking about the people that are, they have multiple wallets. They're trying to understand, okay, what am I going to do with all these tokens from, some people have 20 different wallets or even more. And so I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it makes the most sense. If you're one of those people that has 10 or 15 or 20 wallets, it would make the most sense to sort of consolidate all of your tokens that you can accumulate the next week, consolidate all of those into one wallet, and then throw all those tokens into the LSA on the 30th. Is that right, Brett?
I think the appeal though is there's going to be a marketplace down the road. So it's like, let's say instead of throwing all my tokens in there to get a $500 NFT, I put them on different wallets, or I do it in a ratio where I get 5 $100 NFTs. And then like 6 months down the line, I want to just sell one of those NFTs. I could keep the other 4. Or let's say I got my sister into the protocol and I want to mint like an extra NFT to give to her or whatever. I guess the options there to use the combination or use other wallets. So like you're saying, like it's, it doesn't matter which way because the allocation would be the same because you're going to hold the same proportion of the pool. So it's just going to determine on what you want to do in the future and what your outlook is. Like, do you want to have available NFTs?
That's a good point. So in that respect, it would be perhaps better to have 5 $100 NFTs versus one $500 NFT if you want to sell one of those or 2 of those, or you want to give 1 or 2 of those to friends or family. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I wanted to ask more a logistical question, not tactical as far as down the road, if I may. So, Brett, when we contribute and consolidate ARK and put that in one wallet in anticipation of this conversion or minting of these other NFTs, etc., then are we reserving the 10-cent price when we're in the LSA, or do we have to? I haven't used that yet. So, or do we need to actually trigger something to reserve that because there's limited?
It swaps it immediately for the BUSD. So you get the BUSD. It's basically like selling your ARK.
Oh.
It's the same as the swap. Yeah, just with no tax. Yep.
Okay.
So you get the 10 cent immediately.
We're going to be locking that 10 cents. So as it happens, as the gates open, Brandon asked helpfully the day before, likely we are going to remove the transfer tax, and then we're going to be contributing to in the LSA that site and convert that into BUSD, locking at 10 cents. So that's going to have our balance irreversibly, and then
Correct. Yep.
And then it's going to, and then basically that is going to deduct from the total pool of 125K roughly from the LSA fund until it's depleted. And then people are going to continuously either sell in the market price or contribute to LSA. So far, correct? Yes.
So the very last point, the swap contract will be closed at on October 30th, so you will not be able to sell any more ArkFi tokens at that date.
Okay.
So you could only put them into the LSA.
Okay. So then, now you mentioned the effective total tokens that would cover would be 1.25 million at 10 cents based on the rough LSA fund. Now, the vault holders will have a bit of a runway to extract whatever they can over time beyond the 30th, right? So do you have enough tokens at that 10-cent redemption value to cover all vault holders? I think not. Or is it close, or do you know?
Well, we have more than, so the value in the LSA, if it's 125,000 and 1.25 million tokens, that would more than cover what's in people's wallets today, but not cover what the ultimate liability of the ARK vault is. Which, there's no, it's going to be,
it would be huge.
26 million or 28 million, somewhere in there, I think, total. If we let if we let it all run out. So and we're not going to wait that long. This is something we need to do to pivot and
so I wanted to mention something. So that was what I thought. Yeah, it was way higher in terms of liability. So what's going to happen is, as the market price, you're going to stop selling. You're going to stop offering selling after the 30th. You just corrected me. So the only direction we could take is when people are allocating beyond what they have liquid, whether they're saving up till this conversion on the 30th beyond, they're going to still have emissions, right, from the vaults. So the only possible value of having vaults is going to be to allocate and then push it in the LSA, or consolidate and then push in the LSA, right?
Correct.
So
that's correct. Until the LSA is zero.
Right. So would it be just to save on people having to keep maintaining? Would it be possible to just credit what the total liability remaining, and just let you just convert it into the LSA? Because that's what I would do. I'd be fine with that. I'm sure others, vault holders, not small, would be fine. That way it would be done with. Put it behind us, because otherwise you still have to do it daily, and it's just, you see what I mean? It would make no difference. That way we'd be done with the vaults faster.
Yeah, we'll so what we're going to do is
your allocations daily until there's no more 10-cent ARK left in the LSA. You just keep allocating.
What we're going to do is monitor for the first 48 hours or so, because our other option is we can also raise the ROI level on the vault to be higher than 2% per day. So we could set it to whatever we want, so 3%, let's say, per day, to allow people that are still making withdrawals from the vault to go faster and put into the LSA quicker. But we're going to see, what we want to do is give everybody a chance, so that if they have ArkFi on their wallets and they have ARK coming out of their vaults, they have now over a week to stack, and then we'll see what the impact is, because we don't want to just drain it in minutes if possible. We want to give everybody a chance to get some level of deposit in there.
That sounds fair. If you could reduce the time, because people need time for awareness, and like Big said, by the way, very valid, is that what's the point of allocating anymore, because you're not going to be able to sell market rate anyways. You only go in one direction. There's really no point of the vault. So if you could make that within a 1 to 2 week window, let's be done with this in November, right? And then, like you said, just juice up the rate, what do you call it, the emission rate, and then we can just consolidate and then apply it towards and pay up towards the beautiful NFTs, and we move forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's see, because I think within the first 24 hours, we could see, half the LSA fund gone, honestly. So if that's the case, we want to give, as many people an opportunity, depending on their time zone, when they're asleep, when they're awake, and all that good stuff. And so we'll assess the LSA fund level and then see if we need to increase the emission rate so that we do, get that handled as fast as possible without alienating people that want to get in.
So I may want to pay up to get a juicier opportunity, because this I believe in the privacy. Actually, it's really exciting. Actually, I know it's a longer term play, and I really appreciate the direction. I'm pleased with the performance I had, at least in the ARK app. It's a chapter we put behind us, but I want to play maybe a bigger part. So when I just want to be clear though, for my strategy or others too, maybe when we put it in the LSA, and excuse me if I'm repeating, we just we reserve it, we convert to BUSD in LSA, so we will reserve that 10 cents, right? I just keep doing that daily until it's done, right?
Yeah,
and it would
you
be
actually
one
get
LSA account.
Yeah, the BUSD value is in your LSA account immediately when you put your ArkFi tokens in at the 10 cents.
Oh.
Yep.
Because when I went there, I have it in my wallet. I have ARK in my wallet, for example, and I hopped on over to the LSA page, right? /LSA, and it shows my ARK balance. So if I were to convert that, how would I get that to BUSD? Or just click deposit, right?
You don't want to do it yet because it's not 10 cents. What you're going to see right now is the market price, but there's a little slider on there. And if you move the slider over, you'll see the value in BUSD show up. Do you see that? Did you click on ARK first?
Yeah, I'm in ARK. So should I? Yeah, I see the slider and I see my ARK balance, for example, on one wallet. So then where do I see the BUSD?
Well, so if you click, you make sure you've selected, there's a couple buttons below, either ARK or BUSD, and make sure you click the ARK button.
Yes.
And then when you click on the slider, it'll show you what the BUSD value of the number of ARK that you're wanting to deposit into the LSA account.
Oh, it doesn't show me on mine. I maybe take this offline, but yeah, it's or outside, but it just shows I don't have a BUSD balance. I have, for example, 113 ARK in one vault. And so I clicked on ARK and I clicked on max, but it doesn't show me any BUSD value of it.
Yeah, there's a little slider. Can you see the slider that's below there?
Yep.
Just grab the slider and move the slider a little bit, and you should see the BUSD value show up of the ARK.
Oh, excuse me. It's a little faint. It was faint in the parentheses. I see. It's right by it. $3, $3.60. Okay. Definitely need to consolidate. All right. Well,
cool.
Yeah, that's, I think it's a fair solution. I appreciate you trying to be structured with that and making this transition.
Yeah, we were lucky to have the LSA and kind of have some of the infrastructure, so it didn't take some, big long development process, and it's better for us to, like you said, get this behind us and move forward and get our new messaging, our new mission, and new outreach starting right away, so that we can get more Terra card holders, more Air card holders, more legacy NFT holders, get people lined up and ready and excited for the privacy products and what we're building for the future, instead of kind of dragging around the ROI DApp anchor.
I envision our November beyond. We're done with this DApp for the ARK, and then I was going to ask. You mentioned there was another banking product besides that you were introduced, besides bill pay, that you were looking at. What was that? I missed that earlier.
Yeah, so the bill pay will be the next banking product, but what we're looking at is a new banking provider, because I think Atlas went through a little bit yesterday. If you weren't on the pod, we've had some issues in both from ourselves and then also some feedback from users about the 60% balance limit withdrawal on ATMs. So we're looking to improve that and provide better features and better rates also, so our profitability is higher on the card program. So we're talking with a couple other banking providers, and possibly we'll reissue our cards if necessary to get those better rates and those better features from a different issuer.
Great. That yeah, I remember. I'm aware of that issue. And then regarding the bill pay, is that going to expand? You see the margins of the banking products? I heard they were a bit thin.
It'll help. It'll just
add more volume, right? It'll just add more volume. So overall, gross will be larger, right?
Correct. Yep. It'll just add another revenue stream and another margin, and then also give people, a more complete solution for their off-ramping. So we'll have both the autonomous virtual card, we'll have the light KYC physical card, and then we'll have the bill pay for off-ramping as well. So it's pretty much a total off-ramping solution.
I have another question with the LSA and the NFTs. If I have, for example, $180 in my LSA, I am entitled to the lowest NFT, and I will get a percentage of the rewards based on that lowest NFT that I've got. Or
Correct.
Will I get $180 worth of the rewards?
If you only had $180 in your LSA, you would only mint one NFT, and that would be the $100 copper NFT, and you would have a balance remaining of $80. So in that scenario, I would, personally, I would add an additional $70 to get to that 250K mark, which is the 10, and then I would at least have a little bit higher level NFT than the $100 one. And then, yes, that NFT would hold that value of $250, and then you would own a percentage of the rewards pool that gets paid out weekly against the profits that are coming from the utilities into that rewards pool.
Right, because what I'm trying to figure out basically is that you don't really want to have uneven numbers of funds in the LSA, so there's no point having like $235. You just want to bump it up to $250. Or
Correct.
Whatever. So it's kind of important to make sure that whatever's in the LSA is either in lots of 100, lots of 250, or lots of 500, or no point having extra in there.
Yep. And then if you run out of ArkFi tokens or the LSA fund goes to zero, then you can always top up with BUSD.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
And we'll give plenty of warning before we redeploy the legacy NFT contracts. So what'll probably happen is the LSA will be depleted. We'll get the legacy NFT contracts in order, give people plenty of heads up or notice to be able to top up to the next level of NFT if they would like to, or if they have a balance that's not one of those $100, $250, or $500, they can top their they can use BUSD to top up to that next level or to that first level prior to us redeploying the legacy NFT contracts, so that there's kind of an even amount, in your account. You don't end up with a balance.
Brett, just to clarify, since we're phasing out the DApp, the revenue that were joined by the legacy holders were from that and taxes up till now, or up till the end of the month. So would the only other stream revenue-wise to drive the yield, assuming, aside from, I think, the actual pool that's being used to pay out, I guess, I'm not sure how you're distributing that, or that reserve pool, would basically it's from the banking products only then would be the source of yield for those holders until you did privacy products, correct?
Correct. Yep, that's right. And keep in mind that the sell volume and the buy volume has been really minuscule with the ArkFi token. So we really aren't generating any revenue with the current ROI DApp being the sole source of revenue for the NFT holders. So with this shift, it will actually increase the amount, because we were going to allocate 33% of the profits from the revenue streams to the liquidity pool, or basically the ILC, which would be a buyback and burn kind of thing. But that's going away now. So now the new split is going to be 60% to the legacy NFTs and 40% to the treasury. So the legacy NFTs are actually going to get a lion's share of the profits versus before it was split three ways, 33, 33, 33. So this is a better setup in terms of ROI potential from those utilities than we had previously when we had the ROI DAP in place.
I appreciate it's a bigger piece of the pie. I just want to know how big that pie can get. So that's what I'm trying to, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time to get the privacy products. Q1, Q2 probably looks like. Okay, great. And then the marketplace, the NFT marketplace, I heard someone mention that. Is there a schedule or idea when that might be available?
We're not going to launch the NFT marketplace until we sell out the NFTs because we don't want to basically compete with ourselves. So until the $6 million is exhausted and all the NFTs are minted, then we'll launch the NFT marketplace.
Oh, you want the entire reserve all mints
Correct.
of the legacy. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise they'll undercut in the market.
There's always somebody out there
it.
that'll undercut, right?
Well, someone wants liquidity. I mean, they've held it for what, a year, right? And what is it, 70%? And now they'll sell it for 30% of its value and then be okay, right?
Right, exactly.
Sorry, I got another question. This was asked before, and I don't think it was really answered, I guess, in my head. If the LSA is going to close once all the funds are drained, and I have, say, $50 left in there, will that $50 be refunded back to me?
Two things there. One, the LSA will only be closed when we redeploy the legacy NFT contracts, not when the LSA fund is drained. So it'll remain open so that people can put BUSD in to top up to whatever level NFT they want to reach. But yes, if you only had $50 in there, you'd be refunded the $50 because we couldn't mint a copper NFT at the $100 level.
Okay, so that's the first part. So I understand that bit. But the other part was that somebody asked the question that if you have, say, for example, I have 100 ARK and I want to put them into the LSA, which is only worth $10, 100 times 10 cents, that $10 sits in there, then what you're going to do is you're going to refund me that $10 because it doesn't buy anything once the other contracts are done, which means that technically I would get 3 times, if ARK's worth 3 cents at the moment, I would actually get 3 times the value once I put it into the LSA. And then when you refund that money to me, I'll still get the refund at 10 cents, $10. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's full Jeep mode. I think I would call that.
Right. Because I know, like, for me, I don't have that much in there, so I'm not too fussed, but I'm just thinking of other people, and maybe I shouldn't say this because other people are thinking, oh, that's what I'm going to do because I'll make more money out of it. But yeah,
I thought about that, Sasha, but there's so much more value in the NFT long term. So I mean, yeah, you're right. You could get 10 cents per token if you wait a little bit longer, or you could use that money towards the purchase of NFT, which is going to have way more long term value than 10 cents worth of. Like 10 cents worth of NFT is a lot more than 10 cents right now. 10 cents cash versus 10 cents NFT. I'll choose the NFT.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, I agree with that. But I'm just trying to think for the whole protocol. Are we happy that people might want to do that and just take as much money out as possible?
I mean, anybody that potentially would do that is probably already selling their tokens at the maximum rate every day. So, they're not going to be able to accumulate a whole crap ton of tokens over the next 8 days, right? And, so if they're going to be strategic about it and like, I'm going to put $90 worth of tokens in this one and $90 worth of tokens in here, I won't get an NFT. I'll just get the cash out. I mean, big deal, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's only over the next 4 or 5 days or 10 days, however long we got before it gets to the 30th. But what about if there's somebody who's sitting with 20,000 ARK in their wallet and they go, well, I'm not going to sell it today at 3 cents. That'd be dumb. I'm going to shove it into the LSA at 10 cents, and then I'm going to take it all out, at 10 cents a pop instead of 3. I have no idea how much ARK people have got in wallets. I'm sure there's some people there that are sitting on thousands. So should we let them do that? That's my question. I think I'm kind of thinking to myself, rather than people just doing it.
What's happening essentially, I was thinking about this, is you've got basically $125,000 worth of BUSD that is going to be distributed to holders of the ArkFi token. And so they're going to have a choice. Do they want that in cash, or do they want to credit that towards NFTs? And to the extent people choose cash, that's good for the people that choose NFTs, because the fewer NFTs, that we have to share the rewards pool with, the better. Like my thinking is just let those people cash out. If they want 10 cents of cash versus 10 cents of NFT, fill your boots, man.
Brett, real quick, this is a great idea if people ultimately want to cash out. That's an interesting way. It's almost like getting a refund instead of back on the card. You ask for it in cash, so it's kind of neat. But as far as the marketplace, Brett, when you mentioned we're only going to release that after all the NFTs are minted, that suggests that you won't be doing any more raises in the future beyond the capacity at the current state. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, we won't be minting beyond the $6 million capital pool. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so after that, it's completely done, meaning there won't be any more dilution or anything like that in the future for long-term thinkers. Okay.
Yep.
Is it still going to be?
Go ahead.
Is it still going to be 20% of the NFT purchase price goes to the NFT rewards pool and 80% goes to the capital pool, or is it now going to be 100% going to the capital pool?
For now, so until we upgrade the legacy NFTs, for now it still stays with the 20%, 80%. But then when we redo the legacy NFT contracts, we're talking about just doing 100% and then paying out through the profit stream from the utilities, which would be a lot simpler to manage, to be honest.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right now, it kind of becomes an administrative nightmare to try to push money from those different revenue streams into that rewards pool and then have it pay out, at different frequencies. And it's just much cleaner for us to do it that way. And then also we can, this goes back to what we've been talking about the last couple of days about shifting the dashboard and the performance metrics and showing, the people that are getting the most referrals, how many cards have we sold, how many privacy product subscriptions do we have, and, the growing user base and all this stuff, and then being able to show the revenue streams, the profits, all of that, and then show how that's impacting the legacy NFT yields. And I think that's going to be exciting, because then we'll see, we'll be able to focus in on the legacy NFT as a yield performing asset versus kind of diluting it across the whole ecosystem of different products. And the focus has always been on the 2% daily, the ROI DApp. So I think we have a lot of opportunity there to really bolster the affiliate programs that we already have for the cards, the revenue streams from the utilities that are coming in, show profitability, show where those rewards are going, how it's getting distributed out to legacy NFT holders, and then the impact, obviously in their wallets. So I think that'll be a nice shift.
It's funny that you just mentioned the word impact, because I was gonna ask a question related to an SEC lawsuit that was filed recently, just a couple of months ago, I believe, against a company called Impact Theory. And Impact Theory sold a bunch of NFTs to investors. And the idea with those NFTs was, we're going to use this capital that we've raised by selling NFTs to, to build up our business, Impact Theory's business, whatever the hell they sell, energy drinks, I think, or something. I don't know. But anyway, the SEC, they got busted by the SEC. Impact Theory did, because the SEC said, hey, wait a second, these NFTs end up constituting a securities contract. The profits from these NFTs are associated with the work of others. qualifying for the Howey test. And so is there any concern going forward that these legacy NFTs could be, the SEC might bring down the hammer and say, wait a second, these are securities?
Yeah, I guess there's always a risk of getting sued by the SEC that doesn't have clear regulatory clarity, right? So they can sue anybody they want. We've seen that already with XRP and Ripple, and then obviously they lost that case so far. But yeah, there's always regulatory risk in any business investment that you make. So is that risk? Is there a high probability that we might see any kind of action? I would say the probability is extremely low. Especially at the raise level that we're talking about. But we also set ourselves up to fall into, I think, a better regulatory framework as an NFT rather than a token. So I think that also reduces our risk, and it gives us an opportunity, if we need to be able to get aligned with the regulatory clarity that ultimately comes down the pipe that is not the Howey test, which we know is right now it's basically being abused and it's outdated and it needs to be updated for this new financial system.
Well, I couldn't agree more, but you might want to just have a look and do some research on that impact theory case, because there's a lot of parallels.
Hey Brandon, that's the Billy guy, right? That does the interviews. That's a cool guy, like the health guy.
I don't think his name is Billy, but yeah, he does.
It's Tom Boulier.
There we go.
Tom Boulier. And he was the one who came up with the Quest bars. He started with Quest bars. He's multi-billionaire.
He's like a billionaire, right?
Now.
He sold.
Yeah, there you go.
Wicked.
I knew it was like snack bars instead of energy drinks, but I knew it was some kind of food.
It wasn't energy drinks. It's Quest bars.
That's interesting. So he got busted.
The whole thing with the SEC lawsuit is he settled that outside of court. It's already over. He already paid the fines, and whatever he had to do is settle that outside of court with the SEC.
They just want to get paid.
And another thing too, he was very, very centralized.
Well, he also had to shut down his NFTs, though, Tony.
Yeah, but again, he was very, very centralized. He was right out in the wide open.
Sure. Yeah. So that
he's also U.S. based, though. We're not. ARK isn't. Offshore. Out of reach.
Yeah, I think you could only just look at probabilities. Is there a high likelihood that could happen? I'd say the chances are very slim. For all those reasons that you guys just mentioned. But, it's something we always keep, Atlas and I are always keeping that in mind, Brandon, and we appreciate your, consultation on that behalf as well. So, send over the information. I'd love to just, for personal reasons, also just take a look at it, just to see the concern there. Yep, go ahead.
Would you consider removing the compound a percentage aspect on the vault for purpose of allocation, since it's no longer needed, like for us to accumulate ARK?
We can't do that. We would have to redeploy all the contracts and everything.
Oh, okay. So the only thing you could do is increase like the rewards then, right?
All we can do is increase the ROI percentage, and we'll take a look at that when we get to a couple days into the LSA at the new 10-cent rate. So probably the first week of November we're going to be monitoring that LSA fund and see where we're at. See if we would even need to do that.
I see. So you anticipate, the stats. So there's a lot of liquid holders of the wallets that you anticipate are going to be doing. So that'll be a big hit to the total pool.
We just don't. We don't know how many people are going to participate. That's the issue. So it's not about how many tokens are in wallets or anything like that. It's more of how many people are going to jump into this thing.
There's no alternative. I mean, the alternative is
sell.
Is sell at the lower market rate, or maybe they're not aware of 10 cents. I mean, 10 cents credit is better than unless you hold it and wait for a refund in cash.
I think that 10 cents. That's it. Maybe they just hold it in their wallets, or I think a lot of people have also just kind of walked away and not been compounding or withdrawing or doing vault actions. When the price dropped, A lot of people just stopped because of the gas
Yeah.
price versus the yield they were getting.
And I suggest a little bit longer time frame for allowing people to top up their LSA because I mean it's not a good market and you know people may want to save up for that. That would be helpful for many, I think, especially since it's 10 cents. I mean, and you have to save up for 100. You'd need to top up most of those vaults. I'm thinking, you know, for people who wanted to jump in.
Look. Well, once the LSA fund depletes, the only option they would have is to top up, right? So we'll still have time before the new legacy contracts are deployed, and we'll also take a look at the LSA balances and see where everyone's at. I mean, all we can do is ask the people top up, but like you said, if they don't have the capital, I don't think that the hurdle is too high to have $100 legacy NFT. I think most people can scrape up, or you know, do a couple side hustles or something to get that extra money to top up a $100 NFT.
Brett, I think this question has been answered already, so I apologize in advance. But I just want to confirm. Let's say I save up 600 BUSD in my LSA. Then once the new NFTs are deployed, I'm going to receive 2 NFTs in that one wallet, correct? I'll get the 500 and the 100.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to sort that out a little bit, Brandon. Technically, you might get one minted at the $500 level, and then we might do another minting round with the remaining balances. I don't know exactly how that's going to go. We might have to do it manually. But yeah, that's the idea, that if you have 600, you would get a bronze and you would get a copper.
So it might be smarter to just save up 500 in one account and then just in a separate account save up the extra 100. To be.
Yeah, I think so.
No, Brandon, it's better to save up for the platinum.
The NFTs won't be staked anymore. Is that true? You said something earlier about the NFTs just have to be in your wallet going forward.
Yep, they just need to be in your wallet. And so we'll probably have a dashboard very similar to the one we have now, where you just have a rewards balance. You can go in there and claim it in the same way you do now. Connect your wallet and just hit claim. That's how it works today. So I don't see us deviating too far from that.
Well, right now the NFTs have to actually be staked in the contract, and we can't unstake them until we finish out the vault.
Right. You have to. Well, no, actually, if you just hold your NFT in your wallet and you go to the Legacy NFT DApp page, you're automatically earning rewards. You don't have to lock them or anything. You only have to lock them to benefit in the vault.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. To get the extra CWR allowance.
Correct. And to get the referral reward levels, the Sparky, all that stuff.
Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
Sorry, Brett. Just a quick one. I don't know if it's too early to ask this one, but would you know maybe roughly an approximate idea how much a bronze NFT will earn each week, or just a range price? Maybe?
No, we really don't have any idea at this point. Okay. I hate to speculate. With the ROI DApp yields that we were getting before, a lot of people have already received about 60% ROI, but it depends on so many variables: how many people are in the rewards pool, how many NFTs have been minted, obviously how much revenue is coming from the utility, products. All of that would be next to impossible. So until we really get a track record going with them, it's going to be really hard to say. So, you're speculating a little and getting in early before we have all the revenues in place and before we can see the impact of those profit streams going into the legacy NFT rewards pool.
Another thing that's cool though is it's a lifetime of passive income. So if the businesses are only generating 100,000 a year in year one, who knows where they're going to be 5 years down the road. This privacy service, with the email and the DVPN and everything else, it could be a $100 million business.
Yeah, we don't know. We're obviously the more we can raise, market, sell, network, do all the things that we want to do. The sky's really the limit for these. These are big blue ocean businesses, especially the privacy products. That 4.7 billion number of email users that are on Outlook, Gmail, whatever free email service out there are all potential candidates for the privacy service.
Yeah, and also, Brandon, what you said was very great because Brett confirmed that we're not going to be minting any more NFTs after the 6M NFT fund. So Legacy Fund is capped. So there's no more dilution, regardless of the runway and the successes in the future of all these product generating yield.
So that's kind of an answer to your question, Van. You could assume that we're going to sell out all $6 million worth of NFTs, right? So then you could take your dollar value of NFTs, divide that by 6 million, and that tells you your particular percentage of the overall 60% of the overall revenue, right? So then you could, but then like Brett said, we have no way to determine, what is the future revenue of these businesses? Is it going to be, is it going to be 100,000? Is it going to be 100 million?
No, Brandon. When they do the pitches to the investors, they have a clear path to revenue and a bottom-up approach with what the banking products are doing, with the number of users and all that. Should be able to quantify or project potential. So, using that with your fractional share of the NFT pool, you have an idea on what that could yield. 60% of that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's going to be a projection that's going to be difficult to project. I mean, even Brett said that. But I mean, just as far as the math, you could say you could take the revenue, the total revenue, multiplied times 60%, right? Because 40% goes to the treasury, 60% goes to the NFT pool, and then divide by your percentage of the 6 million.
You said, Brett, that you have to create a page for that. How long will that take, do you think?
Well, we're going to revamp the Legacy NFT page. I know as soon as we redeploy the Legacy NFT contract to include the new NFTs, to include, like a new dashboard, a new look. I don't know, honestly, but I would say within the next 3 months, we're going to have all this solved and sorted, hopefully before the end of the year.
Awesome, because that kind of thing excites me the most, I think, with having a page that shows all the stats, all the revenue coming in, and most probably our allocation and whatever else you're going to put on there. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a must-have, and it'll help our conversion rate when we go out and start talking to people about the utility products, and then how can they get involved and support what we're doing. That's through the Legacy NFT. Take them to the Legacy NFT page. They can see the stats. They can see the revenue generated, profitability, and then we can, at that point, we'll also have a snapshot at least of what each level of NFT is producing in terms of yield at that moment in time.
Oh, did you say you're going to have a dash? Pardon, that was interesting. A dash of the revenue, how the revenue's coming in, like on a weekly, breakdown?
Yep, exactly. Yep, we want to show, referral rewards we've been paying out. We want to show growth in the number of ARK cards, Terra cards. All these metrics we've been talking about that are really the KPIs or the key performance metrics for the different businesses.
Oh wow, real-time balance sheet, great.
Yep, that's the idea.
Awesome.
Yep, and then revamping the NFT, obviously, to show more of the history. Right now, the Legacy NFT is very simplified in terms of just what it shows or displays. But I think we can make that a lot more advanced in terms of analytics, and you can see what it's been yielding over time, and your ROI percentage, and all these kind of things that we really don't display now. So I think a bigger focus on the Legacy NFT, and then adding kind of the metrics that most investors would want to see in terms of how their Legacy NFT is performing.
When we deposit in the LSA, will that automatically mint at a certain level, or we choose which level before we mint?
It will mint at a certain level as soon as you get to the silver, because we don't have the contracts yet for the copper, tin, and bronze. So the way that the LSA is working right now, it's just if you deposit less than $1,000, it would just be a placeholder for the copper, tin, and bronze. But if you get to the $1,000 level, it will mint and send to your wallet the silver NFT.
Right. So if I put $110 in, it won't automatically mint.
Correct. It'll just be a $100 placeholder for the copper, and then when we redeploy the legacy NFT contracts, you'll get that copper in your wallet.
So don't deposit any more than 10,000 tokens at a time, or it'll automatically mint if you want some of the lower ones.
Correct. Yeah. If you don't want the silver, then, I mean, if you could get the silver, then that might be a great thing to do, because then you get it right away and you start earning immediately.
Yeah, it's just
you don't have to wait.
Yeah, the people under my immediate downline, I'm going to buy them an NFT each.
Ah, okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, I've got a silver NFT already. I was saving toward a gold. There's no way I'm going to be able to get that kind of money in that short a period of time. If once I hit the gold or the bronze, not the gold, the bronze or one of the other lower class ones, will the money that I have saved toward a gold one go to that, be applied to that?
Yes.
Right. This way, I mean, I'm not stuck on a track for gold that I will maybe never reach. That was my concern. But
So
I'd still be able to catch.
Yeah, let's say you had $500 because you've already minted the silver. Now you're saving up for the gold, and maybe you have $500 in there. You're not going to get to the gold or even to the silver, or
Right.
additional silver. Then the $500 would cover a bronze.
It would automatically pick me up for the bronze then. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions?
Yes. It reminds me of Jashawn's awesome video. Yes. Hello, honey. It's Mom. Yes, I have a question. As you know, Crypto Unlimited 22 does the Saturday Night Live in DeFi in 23 minutes. Are either of you wonderful gentlemen available to join us on that live stream? Question mark.
That's not much of a question. But anyway, we are deep into the podcast recording. We're going to stick around, do some more Q&A, make sure that everyone gets their question answered. I know sometimes people don't like to speak during a recording, so you'll have your opportunity here shortly. We want to thank everyone for coming out today. Hope you're enjoying all of the great benefits. The team's really taken the time to create a structure where you get to make your decisions, and you're provided with a lot of bonus for moving to the legacy NFT if you want to go ahead and do so, go into the LSA. So great solutions. Very proud of the work that's been done here, folks. And we're going to be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. UTC. If you have any other questions, please stick around for the Q&A. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening. We'll see you all tomorrow.